I mean, like one of the situations, this week, one of the situations that was brought up to me, I flat out told them. I was like, "Hey," because they were like, "So and so and so and so were talking me out of, were trying to talk me out of this decision and this and that." And I said to them, "Well, first of all, I've known you long enough to know that if you want to do something, it doesn't matter what any of us say,
Right.
because you're just going to do it, regardless of what I think, they think. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever flaws they have, whatever flaws I have, whatever, it doesn't matter, because you're just going to do what you want to do. So why would I even try to talk you out of it?
Right.
Be a waste of time for me,
Right.
you know."
Right.
But yeah, the some of this stuff is like, is someone that's used to someone, uh, me usually, being on that other end and willing to engage and willing to. So if I don't answer, they go, hey, did you check this out?
Yeah.
Hey, did you?
And just say, "Yep."
Yeah.
Right. Try that in certain situations where you feel okay trying it. Try to, like, instead of engaging in a way that puts you at that disadvantage, where you're feeling like you're engaging and you're trying to help and you're trying to do all this stuff and you're just not getting listened to, and it's like a doom cycle,
Hmm.
right? Don't do that, but also don't do the thing where you're like, "Hey, I'm not going to get in a doom cycle with you, and this is why, because this is, I need to do this and I'm establishing this," because that's just
Right.
creating another thing.
Right. Well, yeah, they're just gonna answer back with
Yeah. Well, they're going to feel
harshness.
attacked.
Yeah.
You know, people aren't going to feel like you're doing the right thing for you if it's something that affects them. They're only going to feel like you're doing the right thing for you if it affects somebody else, and they get to feel like they're on the pat you on the backside.
Yeah.
Right? But that's not always the case. Sometimes you're the person that needs to be cut off, or needs to be, the interaction needs to be more surfacey.
Mhm.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, be okay with being like, "Yep, I saw it.
Yeah.
What'd you think?" "Sure."
I have to work on that. I have to work on and you're right. I feel like, and Jen and I have definitely spoken about this,
Mhm.
is like, you automatically go to, well, I have to explain why. I have to explain why. And yeah, you don't necessarily have to.
No, and nobody wants to hear it.
Right. Exactly. They're
Right?
already upset about it.
I over explain things so much that even when people do want to hear my explanation, they don't want to hear me explain it. Right.
Uh-huh.
So there's definitely situations where I have to, and I only speak for myself, but like, I've felt that similar thing to everything you're
Sure.
describing right now. Because like you, I am a jump to action in a crisis.
Hmm.
No matter how big or small that crisis is.
Yeah.
Right. And I want everybody to be on the same page. I want to be understood. I want, if I want to be respected, I want you to understand why I need this respect. And I want you to understand the relationship, so we're on the same page. You don't have to be on the same page with everyone.
Yeah.
They have to want to be on the page with you. And if they're not coming to you going, "Hey, I've noticed
Hmm.
that things are different. What's going on? Let's talk about it." And even then, like, you can just go, "You know what? Like, in this particular situation, I don't feel like I really have all the right answers to give you, so I'm more listening."
I'm gonna have to use that line, cut and print.
Right.
That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt.
I don't have all the right answers to give you, so I'm just going to listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't want to.
No, because you're going to use it. They're going to go, "I saw it on the show. That's me. You were talking about me before that." And you'd be like, "No, I wasn't." Like, you just happen to fall into these cliched categories because you're all the same.
Oh man, yeah.
But no, I think some of it, like, unfortunately, some of the stress, some of the wounds from stress that you and I both have are continuously self-inflicted.
Oh yeah.
And And the good thing is that's a place where we can totally step back. I think part of it is a want and a need to help. Part of it is a want and a need to be understood. And there's a little bit of ego in there too.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And we just need to kind of like look at those things and go like, all right, why is this bothering me right now? What about it is bothering me? Why am I even engaging then?
Sure.
You know, like helping them doesn't work if I'm engaging while I'm irritated that I'm even here, you know?
Yeah.
The last thing I want if I'm falling off a cliff is the person that's saving me being like, oh God, grab my hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm so done with this. I'm like, are you still gonna pull me up?
I want to throw this up. I want to throw this up here. Pinky with one of the best pieces of advice I learned is no is a complete sentence.
Yes.
That
is also a complete sentence. And yes.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's perfect. That's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt.
No is a complete sentence. It should be a t-shirt. That's got to be a t-shirt somewhere.
Yeah. Or a bumper sticker. At least a bumper sticker.
Something. Yeah.
I love that idea. And I've taken something away from this discussion with you guys. Because thank you, Pinky. Thank you for that one, because that hit me. And it's weird. It's just weird to just know people for so long and be a certain thing for so long and like try to unlearn your role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's it's difficult on a lot of fronts. And like you said, some of it was probably ego.
Well, you gave yourself your role. No one gave that to you.
Sure.
So
you that's have ego right there.
So you have complete control over
sure
knowing and adjusting what that role is.
Yeah.
Because no one defines you except you.
Sure. It's just an unlearning process.
Yeah.
For yourself. And it's hard to unlearn.
Really hard.
It's really hard
it's
to unlearn.
Really hard to unlearn.
It's really
habit is a big
yeah.
Like it really is. And habitual behavior there's so many different ways that you don't even realize that it's happening. You know? And there's also always a reshuffling of the deck, right? So if you think of your relationships and your friends as a deck of cards, right? You are always looking for your perfect hand, right? And depending on the game you're playing, you got to reshuffle that hand, and you're consistently doing it throughout your whole life, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You have your certain deck for certain situations, and when it comes to what's going to best serve you, sometimes you got to be like, you know what, you're going down, you're going up, and that's okay. We're all doing that, right? The importance somebody had in your life and the importance that you were in somebody's life a year ago, 5 years ago, yesterday, doesn't have to be the same today, and that's okay. So you don't have to feel like you owe people the same behavior.